Callahan, one of Siva's greatest leaders. There's one problem, however. Callahan has a dirty secret. Hello everyone, this episode of the Foxhole Lore is dedicated to expanding on the founding of Siva and the earlier years of Masaya. Today I will be elaborating on the following three questions. Number 1, what was the breaking, who was involved, and what was the world like back then? Number 2, what is Callahan's dirty little secret? Number 3, how does the Sivish government even run? So, without further ado, let us begin. Now, if you remember from my first video, I said I wasn't sure what the breaking was. Yeah, I know now. I'll set the scene for you. Roughly 260 years before the Great Wars, Nignavin is the major power in the north. Their king, King Callum, aka Big Bjorn, have a trading agreement with the country of Masaya. Masaya is known as the Golden Empire even long before the breaking ever occurred. The region is at peace. However, it wouldn't last. Warlord states in the Sivish area begin fighting each other. This fighting spills over into Nignavin, Philly, if it exists, and possibly Masaya. During the breaking, King Callum locks down Callum's Keep and blocks access to any waterways into Nignavin. However, unlike the wars of the present, this war would end, which would be another brick in the perfect storm for the modern wars to occur. After the breaking, one man unites all of the warlord states in Siva, and that man is none other than Callahan. Ian Callahan. Now, before we continue, I need to apologize deeply for something. Callahan does not die before the Great War. Now, you're probably sitting there like, roughly 240 years are between the breaking and the Great War. Here's Callahan's dirty little secret. Callahan is a dirty, gosh darn, family name. Callahan is a family name. Callahan is one of the family clans that came to form Siva. It just so happens that Ian is the one to do it from the Callahan family. Along with Callahan being a family name, Mercy is also mentioned as a family name. Also, as implied by an officer's sword found in the moors, which reads Gaw Mercy, which implies that this officer is the child of the Mercy and the Gaw family, whoever they are. The Mercy family has some military power, and probably have more officers in the Warden army. So you might be like, well, which Callahan have I been following through my lore videos? Well, here's who. The main one, who is most likely the Callahan riding the horse statue, is none other than Ian Callahan. Oh, great Callahan who united the Sivish clans and even possibly started building the bulwark, or at least the plans. The Callahan who led Sivish troops into combat is Ian Callahan's fourth son, Carden Callahan, who fought for the Loyalists in Vali until he was killed in the Valian Civil War. Now you may be asking, how does the Sivish government run? I'm glad you asked, because I already have the script written out. The Sivish government runs somewhat like an oligarchy, somewhat like a representative democracy, and somewhat like a monarchy. A group of people elected from the original clans who fought in the breaking, called the Witan, presumably that's how you pronounce it, elect a new Archon, again, I presume that's how you pronounce that, or leader, also from the original clans. When an Archon dies, a counselor from the Witan replaces him until they can elect a new Archon. Now, most of the Archons have been from the Callahan or Mercy clans, except for one, named Duncan McConmara, who was the founder of the country's western gym. I'd go to say that Duncan McConmara is the founder of Jade Cove and is the person who Fort Duncan is named after. He came to power during the beginning of the Great War, as he is the man who is credited with losing the Battle of Sunhaven. As a side note, another important person in Siva's government was the sitting councillor Powderkeg John Barony, who was in command as the Sivish held the colonials in the north and negotiated an alliance with Nignavin. Also, update, I'm almost 100% sure that Siva is under the Warden Empire and Siva is not the Warden Empire, unless they're synonymous, as, in a captured telegram from the colonials in the Moors, the Sivish are referred to as the Sivish Wardens. Thank you for taking the time to watch this third video on the Foxhole Lore that I've created. If you've watched all the way to the end, please like the video, subscribe, and comment if you're willing, or if you have any corrections for me to correct. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next lore video, or in the next gameplay video, or whatever, I don't know. Have a nice day.